Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Chochi, and in this video we'll be doing a Bible study on relationships. In the Bible, there are multiple examples of good relationships and bad relationships. A good relationship would be Adam and Eve. That kind of reminds me of Bonnie and Clyde in a way, not to the far extent that Bonnie and Clyde was in, but just a little bit how Bonnie and Clyde were. Ruth and Boaz, Mary and Joseph, when men turn to men, going to what is not natural. Love is not a feeling. You feel like you love this person. That's not love. You don't feel like you love that person. You're lusting after that person, after a sexual desire, and you're infatuated with that person because of the negative energy that was put into your mind. And also women who like other women. There's a scripture that talks about how that isn't good. So when you love somebody, that's actually an action. Love is an action word. It's not a feeling. So when you love someone, you're showing them that you love them by being there for them, telling them the truth even though it might hurt them. So a godly relationship that's based off of, a relationship that's based off of God would look like, okay, so a man finds this woman and he sees her and he believes that she's beautiful. He's not lusting after her, but he believes that she's beautiful. Maybe it could be her skin. Her skin is clear and it's beautiful. Maybe it's her eyes. And then he goes over to speak to her, and once she starts talking, she starts talking about God. And then he starts to like her more. And then they start to go on coffee dates. They probably go on Bible study dates. They'll probably go to the park. That's like a godly relationship. I don't know how I keep saying godly relationship. That is a relationship that has a strong foundation upon God, because if you have a strong foundation set upon God, I believe that the relationship will work out fine. But then again, relationships that has a strong foundation set upon God does feel like there's some relationships that has a strong foundation set upon God, but then Satan comes and attacks them, and then those people leaving from a strong foundation, it couldn't be broken when they were in a strong foundation, but because they allowed temptation to ruin their hearts individually or as a whole, like, individually, maybe this person has allowed Satan to come into their hearts and they start to stray away from the faith, and they're doing things like, worldly things. And so then that could be an example of how the relationship that was that could be an example of a relationship that was strongly set upon the foundation of God has deteriorated because of someone in a relationship has strayed away from the faith. A relationship that doesn't have a strong foundation set upon God could be an example like a woman or a man. A man finds this woman, he sees her and he believes that she's beautiful for her skin. He's not lusting after her, but he just believes that she's beautiful for her skin or her eyes. Or maybe he's heard her speak in class one day, or maybe he just seen her on the street as he's driving his car away from work. She's going into a building. Anything, you never know, anything could happen. And they get together, and there might not be brothers and sisters, and the relationship, it doesn't have a strong foundation set upon God, but they still are trying to be good people, and they go out on a date or whatever. He asks her, and as they're going out on a date, because they're not brothers or sisters, they're not believers, or if they believe in God but they're not really sure what to do, or they're not really sure if they want to further their relationship with God, they just find each other, and they end up being together, or they find each other. She finds him, he finds her, anything like that, and they date. They start dating for 2 months, and then she, because the female isn't a sister or a strong believer in God, she values her virginity, but she doesn't value it to the point of keeping it until marriage. So she's like, whenever I'm ready, we can do this. So they end up having sex, and as she has sex with him, she ends up feeling a very strong amount of weight about him. And he doesn't really feel that way. He wasn't really into her in the beginning. He just wanted to hit it and quit it. So now she's left with this heart that is broken, because this relationship wasn't a relationship that first was based off of, we're going to get married. It was just a relationship to have fun. It wasn't a relationship. When it got into the relationship, it wasn't a relationship that was strongly set upon God. And so that can be an example of a relationship that doesn't have a strong foundation set upon God, also known as toxic relationship. And also, there's many multiple toxic relationships. There's sneaky links, when you are sneaking around with someone that you not talking to publicly, where you let other people know, like, oh, we're together. It's just kind of like a sneaky link thing. Or you're in a relationship already and you have a sneaky link, somebody on the side, anything bad like that. To know that you're ready for a relationship, first of all, before I give you some tips on how to maintain a great relationship, first of all, you have to be right with God. You have to make God your everything. God has to be the center of your life, the main priority of your life, before you're ready to get into a relationship. Now, granted, there are some people who are not brothers or sisters, and they have been together and then they find Christ together, and that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. But for the ones who are searching for a relationship, those who are waiting for a relationship, praying for a relationship, just wishing to have a relationship, let it go. Give it to God and let it go. He's got it. He's heard your prayer. He's heard all the other prayers. He's heard that one, and I know that He'll bless you. If it's in His will for it to happen, it will happen in His timing. Keep in mind that you prayed and you're on your stuff. You're worshiping God. Also, something that could happen is Satan can send you someone. Once Satan or his demons see you on the right track, he'll send someone to you, and you might think that it's from God, but it's not from God. So that's when you have to keep your eyes open, realizing whether this is from God or not. For those who are struggling with lust and struggling with sex and struggling, for the virgins out there who are struggling, like, I just want to worship God and I want to please God, but I have this lustful desire that has taken a toll on me. Like, and it just came out of nowhere. I mean, it didn't come out of nowhere. I believe that you had to been talking about it, or just wondering about it, maybe thinking about it, and then it probably just came on this strong desire, and then so now you're struggling with that. What I have to say for that is pray to God about it, fight. That's all I can say. Pray to God, fight to God about it, and read your scripture, stay in the word, and remember your goal, how you want to go to heaven. Don't give in to lust. Don't give in to those things. And it's hard. Find a hobby. Find something to do to replace that. And I know what you're thinking if you have a mindset of depression, if you're going through anxiety and depression, and you just don't have any, you're using all of your strength to just survive the day, and you're so depressed to where you don't feel like getting out of the bed, and you're just so depressed to where you're stuck. You're depressed, your body's not letting you get up out of bed. Your body's not letting you get a hobby. All you want to do is just focus on that lustful thought and those lustful desires. I hope that you all enjoyed this sit down talk Bible study tonight, and I love you all. Bye.